You might be sitting on a small fortune right now and have absolutely no idea. Somewhere in a cupboard, on a shelf, or packed away in a box from a house clearance, there are old teacups that look like nothing in particular. Pieces that nobody wants to use, that look dated, occasionally even fragile by modern standards. And some of them are worth hundreds, thousands, or in the rarest cases, tens of thousands of pounds. The difference between someone who knows and someone who doesn't is what this video is entirely about. Starting with number 10. Number 10. Royal Doulton hand-painted teacups from the 1920s and 1930s. A teacup with delicate hand-painted flowers or patterns on fine porcelain looks like something from a grandmother's collection that nobody wants to break. The handle is thin and delicate. The painting is slightly uneven, which makes it look charming, but homemade, which is exactly why these cups get left in cupboards and donated to charity shops. What the uninformed eye misses is that Royal Doulton hand-painted pieces from this era, each one individually painted by an artist, are actively collected by specialists worldwide. A Royal Doulton teacup and saucer with hand-painted detail in good condition can sell for $150 to $800 at auction depending on the complexity of the design maker's signature. The individual brushwork that makes it look homemade is the exact thing that makes it valuable. Each one is genuinely unique. Number 9. Wedgwood Jasperware Teacups. Wedgwood's Jasperware is instantly recognizable, pale blue or pale green with white classical relief decoration. A teacup in Jasperware looks quaint and slightly dull by contemporary standards, particularly if it's stained or discolored from age. The style is deliberately historical rather than contemporary, which is why these cups end up unworn in cupboards for decades. What most people don't realize is that Wedgwood Jasperware, particularly pieces from the Victorian and early 20th century with clear factory marks, is actively collected as British design history. A Wedgwood Jasperware teacup and saucer with maker's marks in good condition can sell for $100 to $600, depending on the pattern and the age. The historical reference that makes it look dated is the exact quality that makes it valuable. Number 8. Ainsley teacups with gold trim and hand-painted centers. Ainsley is a British manufacturer known for delicate teacups with gold or platinum trim and floral hand-painted centers. A teacup from Ainsley looks precious and slightly fragile. The gold trim is often worn from age. The painting is sometimes faded. The overall effect is beautiful but old-fashioned, which is why these cups get stored away carefully and never used. What most people don't realize is that Ainsley hand-painted pieces, particularly those with gold trim and maker's marks from certain periods, are specifically collected by teacup enthusiasts. An Ainsley teacup and saucer with hand-painted detail and gold trim in good condition can sell for $80 to $400 at auction, depending on the pattern and the maker's marks. The fragility that makes it seem irreplaceable is the exact quality that makes it valuable. Number 7. Spode Transferware Teacups with blue printed patterns. Spode manufactured transferware, which is porcelain with printed patterns in blue or other colors throughout the 19th and 20th century. A teacup with a blue printed landscape or architectural scene looks like something mass-produced and common. The pattern is slightly faded from age. The execution looks mechanical rather than artistic, which is why these cups get left in cupboards and donated to charity in bulk. What most people don't realize is that Spode Transferware with clear maker's marks, particularly pieces from documented pattern series, is actively collected by transferware specialists. A Spode Transferware teacup and saucer with a named pattern and clear factory marks in good condition can sell for $60 to $350, depending on the rarity of the pattern. The mechanical printing that makes it look common is the exact process that made it collectible. Before we continue, if this is already making you think about teacups in your possession, subscribe now. The next video covers exactly how to identify valuable china makers' marks and patterns without specialist knowledge. That information could be worth hundreds to you. Number 6. Paragon Teacups with ornate handles and floral decoration. Paragon is a British manufacturer known for delicate teacups with elaborate handles and detailed floral painting. A Paragon teacup looks expensive and slightly precious. The ornate handle is sometimes chipped or worn. The floral work is sometimes faded. The overall effect is beautiful but fragile, which is why these cups get stored away carefully and rarely touched. What most people don't realize is that Paragon, particularly pieces from their Art Deco period or with specific pattern names, are actively collected. A Paragon teacup and saucer with named pattern and maker's marks in good condition can sell for $120 to $500, depending on the pattern and the era. The ornate detail that seems excessive is the exact quality that makes it valuable. Number 5. Shelley teacups with Art Deco design. Shelley manufactured Art Deco teacups and full tea services with geometric patterns and bold colors from the 1920s through 1940s. A Shelley cup looks dated in a way that seems purely negative until you understand Art Deco is now among the most actively collected design movements of the 20th century. The patterns are bold and sometimes clashing by contemporary standards. The colors are often surprising, which is why these cups get left unworn. What most people don't realize is that Shelley Art Deco pieces, particularly those with recognizable pattern numbers and in good condition, have significant collector demand. A Shelley teacup and saucer with Art Deco pattern and maker's marks in excellent condition can sell for $200 to $200 at auction, depending on the rarity and desirability of the specific pattern. The bold, dated aesthetic is the exact quality that makes it valuable now. Number 4. Coalport teacups with jeweled decoration. Coalport produced teacups with jeweled decoration, small beads of enamel applied to the porcelain to create a glittering effect. A Coalport cup with jeweled decoration looks excessively ornamental and slightly tacky by contemporary standards. The beads can be worn or missing from age. The overall effect is over the top rather than elegant, which is why these cups get left unworn. What most people don't realize is that Coalport jeweled ware is a specific and highly valued collector category. A Coalport teacup and saucer with jeweled decoration and maker's marks in good condition can sell for $300 to $2,000, depending on the quality of the jeweling and the completeness of the beading. The excessive ornamentation that seems outdated is the exact quality that makes it historically significant and valuable. Number 3. Royal Albert teacups from specific named pattern series. Royal Albert produced teacups and tea services with named pattern series throughout the 20th century. Patterns like Old Country Roses or Black Beauty look like cheerful vintage ceramics, which is why they get used and eventually break or get donated to charity shops and priced at 50p. Here's what most people miss. Certain Royal Albert patterns, particularly those produced in limited periods or with specific color variations, are actively collected as design history. A complete Royal Albert teacup and saucer in a named pattern with original markings can sell for $30 to $200, depending on the pattern rarity. Complete sets push significantly higher. The cheerful, collectible aesthetic that seems common is the exact quality that makes it valuable if you understand which patterns are rare. Number 2. Limoges French porcelain teacups purchased in Britain. Limoges is French porcelain that was imported extensively into Britain and sold through high-end retailers. A Limoges teacup looks elegant and expensive because it is fine porcelain. But Limoges porcelain was expensive when new, which means fine examples survived more carefully than cheaper domestic china. A Limoges teacup with hand-painted decoration and proper factory marks in good condition can sell for $100 to $600, depending on the quality of the painting and the era. The fact that it's French porcelain rather than British is actually what makes it valuable in the collector market. British collectors specifically seek imported European porcelain. Number 1. Teacups with identifiable pattern numbers and complete sets with saucers and side plates. A teacup is worth significantly more if you have the matching saucer. A teacup and saucer are worth considerably more if you have the side plate as well. A complete trio in a pattern that's actively collected can sell for double or triple the price of the cup alone. But a complete set, meaning 6 cups, 6 saucers, and 6 side plates in a named pattern with maker's marks, can sell for $400 to $2,500, depending on the maker and the pattern rarity. Most people break up sets and sell pieces individually without realizing that completeness adds massive value. A perfect set sitting in a cupboard is worth more than the same pieces scattered and sold separately would be worth in total. But here's the one thing that connects all of these. Across all periods and all manufacturers. The single most reliable indicator that an old teacup is worth investigating is a clear maker's mark on the base combined with a named pattern or series number. That mark is everything. It transforms a cup from anonymous old china to a documented piece with a specific collector value. If you pick something up at a car boot sale, a charity shop, or from a relative's belongings and turn it over to see a clear factory mark and a pattern name or number, that's not a minor detail. That's the beginning of a conversation with someone who collects that pattern. That mark is your compass. The china industry survives because the value sits on the bottom of the cup where most people never look. They see the top, the floral decoration, the gold trim, the delicate handle, and they make a decision based on that. They rarely turn the cup over to see who made it, when it was made, which pattern it is, whether it's part of a sought-after series. That's where the value actually lives. The maker, the pattern, the era, the completeness. Every charity shop in this country has valuable teacups. Most are priced at 50p to $2 without anyone checking the base for maker's marks. Most are incomplete sets with matching saucers separated or missing. Most are sitting right next to cheap modern china with no distinction made between them. The difference between someone who walks past a valuable Shelley Art Deco cup and someone who checks the base for marks could be hundreds of pounds. That difference is just the willingness to turn it over and look. Tell me in the comments if you own teacups you've never investigated for maker's marks. And if you find one with a clear pattern name and factory mark, tell me what it says. I want to know what valuable china is still sitting in cupboards across this country, completely unvalued by the people who own it. And if this video made you think differently about old teacups, share it with someone who's clearing out a relative's home or who collects vintage china. That share might be the difference between something valuable ending up in a landfill and ending up where it belongs.